Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you can see, it is Monday again, and we're still having issues with my Facebook page, and so I've had to record this, so it's not actually live. I apologize, but I want to do with what I can. I want to talk to you today about fixing what isn't broken. There's this thought of don't fix anything that's not broken. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But that's a very limited view on life, and it's actually said by people who just are refusing to change. It's a beautiful thing. Your imagination was given you to actually fix things that aren't broke yet. Think about it for a second. I kind of like AC. How about you? Well, the air wasn't broke, it just was hot. And part of the reason I'm glad I missed hell is because I don't like really, really hot weather. And somebody was able to think beyond the air and go, how can I make it cool where it's hot? And, a lot of us started out when I was in the South early on, we had swamp coolers. And we took water and ran it through straw filters and sucked it through a fan, and it cooled our houses. Now, it had all kinds of negative effects. It created mold for some people, and everything got damp, and it had its issues, but it was a lot cooler than 106 that it was outside. The imagination was given for somebody to think, how do I fix that? And it wasn't broken, it just needed repair. It needed to be better. Think about cars. There was nothing broken with a horse. The horse worked really, really good for a time, but it took you forever to get somewhere. And somebody ventured to, how can we travel faster? And then somebody thought, how can we fly even faster? And the cars were flying fast enough at the time. They were doing a whole 12 miles an hour. And then, again, people thought beyond that. Their imagination was, there's nothing wrong with the car necessarily, but now we have planes and we can go even faster. It's interesting that some things, very few things, are timeless, and we need to leave them alone. Like Jesus being the only way to God. There aren't a bunch of ways to God. There's one way to God. Jesus is the way. You can't fix that. It's not broke. It's never going to change. It's the way the kingdom is set up. I'm going to make a lot of people mad here, but I just want you to think it out. Marriage was a male and a female, and it's not broke. You can't fix it. The truth of the matter is that if it wasn't for male and female, the human race would cease to exist. The only way to procreate mankind, humans, is with a male sperm and a female egg. And no matter how you try to change that, it's going to take the sperm and the egg for a human to be born. And so there are some things, very few though, that are like that, timeless. Most of the things that we have today to help us were not really broken at the time. There was just a mindset that said, what can we do better? What can we make it to do more, to handle more, to whatever it was on their mind. So I'm grateful for people who didn't take on the mindset, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Because I really do like my car, my truck, my AC. I really do like, a phone that I can video so you all can watch. A platform that can go to thousands and thousands at the click of a button. So I want to encourage you today to look at what's not broken, but in the future will need to be changed so that it can help serve the things that it's connected to. If you're going to grow a ministry, if you're going to grow your business, you actually have to fix what isn't broken. You have to look at what your business is going to look like when it has 10,000 customers and now it only has 1,000. You have to look at your ministry and go, what would this look like if we're 500 now, but we're looking at 1,000? What would it look at if I'm 1,000, but I'm 3,000? You have to think in a mindset that says, it's not broke, but I have to fix it. I have to be prepared for the future. If you're gonna sow seed, you sow it whether it's raining or not, believing that it's going to rain. The farmer has to sow in faith, and he has to fix what isn't broken. He has to sow to a future he hasn't yet seen. And the same thing's true with businesses. The same thing's true in marriage. If you want to see your marriage at another level, you have to see it. What would it be like? What would the practical aspects be like if I was madly, passionately, overwhelmingly in love with my spouse and we had a great, great marriage? What would that look like? You may have a good marriage now, but if you want a great one, you can't let good prevent you from being great. So I encourage you to take a look at, use the imagination that God gave you. Think about your life, think about your business, think about your ministry, and ask yourself, what's not broke that I need to fix? I love y'all so much. Thank you for watching. Looking forward to this thing being fixed where I can do it live again. Until then, we'll have to do it this way. Love y'all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking share. Together, we will change thousands of lives. Love y'all so much. Look forward to seeing you next week.